Should we turn off our Wi-Fi, Ben?
It's hardlined. If it dips out now...
I'm going to turn mine off anyway. Just to help out.
It's a mental thing, Ben.
No,
Are we on?
I have an ad.
Oh, you got an ad now?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're about to.
Wow, we're gonna make so much money.
Not really.
And there you are.
Hello, YouTube Live. What's up?
And you can shoot it.
It's the Brett Davern Show. We are going to record an episode with our very special guest, Ashley Rickards. You know her as Jenna Hamilton from some show, Faking It? Something like that. It was on MTV. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I never watched it. I'm wearing my Love Your Melon hat. It's a great charity in support of cancer research. I think some lovely young ladies from Pittsburgh University of Pittsburgh, sent me this hat.
Are we gonna go do a tour there?
Which is why I'm wearing it. We're trying to work that out.
Are you?
I mean, yeah. I would love to start doing campus tours and stuff like that. So, what are we? Well, we're a podcast. We do about an hour-long podcast every Monday and Thursday. The show is completely free. You can find it on YouTube or also iTunes or any podcast app. That is Marty Shannon, co-host extraordinaire. He's also a musician. He has his latest album out. It's called 2600. You can find it on iTunes or streaming on Spotify. Once again, his name is Marty Shannon. There's 3 N's in Shannon. My name is Brett Davern. I used to be on that show with Ashley. I was the other guy from that one show. And we have an intern named Maddie who's right there. Producer Ben's right there. We do a fun show. We have a lot of people that you've heard of before on here, like Frankie Muniz and Tyler Posey. Tyler Posey's on Faking It, right? Yeah, I got that right. Greg with 3 G's has refused to be on this show.
Yeah, what in the double F?
Or actually, he just hasn't texted us back, that's all. He hasn't refused.
He gave us his word, though.
As a matter of fact, he said, you have my word, I will be on this show.
Your word is shit to me now.
I still love you, Greg. I still love you, and I love your biceps. So text me back so that you can have some fun with us on the show. Should we start the show, Ben? Basically, the idea for our podcast is I go through my phone, I scroll through the contacts. I got a lot of people in there who are writers, directors, actors, people I've worked with, and we like to just bring them in, sit in the guest chair, and, rap and flap and talk and have some fun with them.
Rap and flap, hey?
Rapping and flapping, baby.
Wow.
While I wear my Love Your Melon stocking hat.
I have Love Your Melons underpants on.
Once again, Love Your Melon's a great charity. They support cancer research. And it's a good cause. Check them out.
You want the 1 minute, or you just want to go straight to the song?
Let's go 1 minute, Ben, and then you'll hear our theme song. Let's give the people the full show.
1 minute.
I was listening to this.
Maddie, are people watching this thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right.
I was listening to this podcast, and they were talking about the first people that are going to live to be 500 are already born.
Uh-huh.
But then, if they can live to be 500, they'll probably live to be 1,000, and then they'll probably live to be 10,000. And then once you start to get in that loop...
So it's exponential growth.
I can't wait. I hope that's me.
Dude, would you want to live to 10,000, though?
Yes. I want to see aliens.
What is there... that's why.
I want to see
I was going to say, what is there that you could possibly do?
And then I kind of want to fuse with a robot and be a robot person. Cyborg is the technical term.
Is fuse code for sex with a robot?
I've already done that.
Mark it down on the creepy board, Maddie.
Vacuum cleaner doesn't count as a robot, Marty.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
We're waiting for the theme song, everybody. It usually kicks in right about...
Roomba
now.
knows my name.
Oh, that was close. I almost got it.
It's the Brett Davern Show. Brought to you by Nice Guy Digital and recorded at the world-famous Moorpark Music Studios in Studio City, Carababadonia. On today's podcast, Brett chats with our good friend, Ashley Rickards. You might know her as Jenna from that show Awkward, and she plays the top on CW's Flash. I play the bottom on a different show. My name is Marty Shannon. To my left, producer Benjamin Collinsworth. Ben?
Hi!
Remove your fingers from your phone.
I'm working.
You're twerking. Oh. My name's Marty Shannon. I already said that. Now let's get to the guy who's graduated the old high school 3 times
That's me.
and has had sex with 3 Roombas. My best friend, Brett Davern.
Listen up, everybody. This is our show. Thank you for listening on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. You know, Marty,
What's up?
in conjunction with all those podcast apps, this show is now on YouTube.
Wow.
We put episodes of the show on YouTube. Sometimes we're live on YouTube like we are right now.
Jeez.
So go to youtube.com/Brett Davern Show to see this podcast in all of its visual glory. The show is free, and it always will be. The only thing that we ask from you, the loyal listeners out there, is that you recommend this show to a friend.
Like it, and review it, and comment on it.
Comment
It helps our
below.
visibility.
If you're watching right now, send us questions for either Marty or myself, but also, more importantly, for the lovely and talented Ashley Rickards, who will be in here in moments.
You're right.
She's sitting just beyond the camera right now, but we'll bring her in officially
She has a big awkward news to
in
tell
a
us.
couple of minutes. Oh, that's right. Big announcement.
Big
about
awkward announcement.
Big time announcement. Oh, yeah. She's going to just blow the lid off
Woo.
of the entertainment world.
Yep. And
Oh,
we got
man.
the scoop.
Variety is going to be picking it up. Hollywood Reporter, RedTube. I mean, Marty taught me what RedTube was
I did not teach you what that was.
a couple
you
of episodes
pervert.
ago. You know, Marty, speaking of RedTube, Matadocious,
Oh, yeah.
lovely Maddie the intern who is from Nacogdoches, Texas, that's why we call her Matadocious, she keeps a little whiteboard down there at the end of the table. It's called the Daily Creep board. What are we calling it?
We don't have a name for it.
The Creep Factor board. And
just leave it nameless.
Maddie, who's winning today?
You are.
I'm winning?
Yeah.
That's bull crap.
He's catching up, though.
Do you want to show YouTube your board? Put it in front of the camera? Yeah, she keeps a
There's a 5-minute delay,
creepy-
so you have to keep your
creepy
arm
things
up there.
creepy things that we say. Oh, I don't know why she started it. I think she started it because of Marty,
I asked her to start it.
just to keep track of the creepy things that
Yeah.
you say.
No. You.
No, it's you, bro.
You're a general pervert.
Speaking of perverts,
Ben?
no,
Oh.
your Twitter's been getting hacked lately.
Oh, yeah,
What
man.
the hell's going on?
I don't know. This happens every now and again, but it's always because like a third-party app or something. Like when I first got like Reverb Nation forever ago, they asked access to my Twitter, and then
What's Reverb Nation?
it's like it's kind of like SoundCloud. It's like band stuff,
okay.
music
All right.
stuff, and then every time you give access to Twitter, you have all these other apps now.
Well, you should stop having your password be 1234.
Right, I know.
That would
So I
help.
changed it. I put it 5 on the end of it now. But I would go to bed and
Uh-huh.
I'd wake up in the morning, and there'd be like I followed like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I had retweeted like 50 tweets about sunglasses deals
Uh-huh.
and Russian porn sites, pro Donald Trump stuff, which is where I drew the line
Now, are you sure you're getting hacked, or do you just not remember retweeting this
in my
stuff?
sleep. Jillian gets in my phone when
You know
I'm
what's
asleep.
funny? Actually, I was going to bed quite late on Friday night.
Yeah.
It's Sunday as we record the podcast, so a couple nights ago. And I always scroll through Twitter right before I fall asleep because I
Uh-huh.
want to give myself nightmares.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
man,
see my
just all
retweets?
the political stuff is just crazy. Yeah, so I saw a bunch of crazy
You did?
retweets from you, and I made a note mentally to when I saw you today on Sunday to be like, what have you been doing?
Well, that's what's happening because a lot of people have been saying like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And I keep telling them like, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
You guys might just have to live with this.
Right.
And then now before I go to bed, I just send a like, fuck you hackers. Just
So
to let
if you
'em
see
know.
that tweet, that is from you.
Yeah.
My email got hacked one time. What's going on? Are we all right?
Yeah.
You guys are running around like something's going wrong. What is that noise?
A dead animal.
Oh, Sam, you mind shutting that window for us, man?
No.
Thank you. My email got hacked one time, and they sent out that email.
My email.
my email. My email got hacked, and they sent out that email to all my contacts that was like, in the first person, like I'm stranded in a foreign country and I need you to wire me a couple $100 so I can get home.
Right.
And so people were like texting me like, "Are you okay? Why are you stuck in Argentina?" Yeah.
You'd be like, send me money.
I was like, that part's true.
Don't ask me. Send me money.
Yeah, yeah. Marty, I have something else to talk to you about.
Oh, God.
So we just walked to Subway and had a little snack.
Yeah.
Subway's not a sponsor, but if they'd like to be, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I got myself a 6-inch carved turkey on wheat.
I think we're probably better reps than Jared Fogle was.
You usually go 6-inch tuna.
Not wrong.
I just
Yeah.
let it hang. It's all right.
6-inch, let it hang. Mark it on the board for Brett.
Creep
not for
factor.
me.
Damn it. That was unintentional. Anyway, you usually go tuna.
Yep.
Every time.
Almost.
And here's something I've noticed at Subway. Okay, I'm sitting in. I just go like very plain Jane sandwiches. Little
Bologna.
mayo, little mustard, some lettuce. Maybe I don't do tomatoes because tomatoes are gross.
Do you just, is that all you have on the sandwich? Bread, mayo,
Lettuce. I usually go a little onion, maybe
you
some
put meat
cucumber.
on the sandwich?
Yeah, I said turkey.
Oh, you said turkey?
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, a lot of people in front of me in line now, they're loading up the sandwich. They might as well just say one of each, and they're including the sauces.
Gross.
What's going on?
Just put all the sauces in a bag.
Is it just because it's free?
Probably.
So people are like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this, and I'm going to load that bad boy up. But it can't taste good.
I'm sure it doesn't, but it tastes, nothing tastes better than free stuff.
That's true.
Even if it's 6 gallons of sauce on
But
your
the creamy
sandwich.
sriracha mixed
Ugh.
with like sweet onion teriyaki, that can't be good.
It's
Well,
the,
actually, maybe that.
no
actually,
matter
that
what.
kind of does sound kind of good. Ashley's nodding along. Okay, that sounds all right. But they do have some weird sauce combinations that you shouldn't be making.
no. But no matter what the person in front of you at Subway's doing, they're always the worst person in the world.
Why?
The worst person in the world is always the person in front of you in line at Subway.
Marty Shandon.
Yeah.
Why is this?
'Cause, man, it doesn't matter what day or time,
Uh-huh.
and there could be nobody in there except for the one other person or a line of 20 people.
Yeah.
The person directly in front of you is going to get, never been to Subway before. Do you guys got bologna?
Do you go toasted? Because I never go toasted.
I do. I do go toasted.
Oh, man. I never go toasted. But you don't toast the cheese.
I don't get cheese.
No cheese?
No cheese.
You're not into melted cheese?
Nope.
Marty has a weird food thing, and if I keep describing food to him, he might vomit on the microphone.
I'll do it right on your face.
That's my microphone.
I knew it smelled like Ben.
Why no melted cheese?
I just, I don't know.
But you like cheese.
Try to keep it a little bit healthy, and I'm getting a foot.
Oh, it's a healthy thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a cheese
Because you
thing.
eat cheese.
Sometimes.
You eat pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just a healthy thing.
As I eat 2 cookies.
It's not that when it gets warmed up, it gets all
Ah,
creamy,
blah, 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 blah.
gooey, a little
That's really-
bubbly, crispy on the edges.
It's real gross, dude.
All right, I'm sorry.
I'd rather
shouldn't
talk about
try to
red
make you
tube.
puke. I just figured our YouTube would go up if you just all of a sudden projectile vomited
Yeah, that's what happened.
across the room.
It would go up.
I'd probably watch Ashley go running, screaming out of here, though. She wouldn't like that very much. No. Are people sending in questions,
She's
Ben?
seen it.
Not yet.
No.
We're just kind of listening to y'all. There's
You
some commenting here and there.
lazy bastards.
Maggie Kerr agrees that tomato is a no-go on her sandwich.
Tomato is a no-go. I do not like fruit on my sandwiches.
You're
no.
not a grown up.
You can argue with me when you come in here. You're not officially introduced yet. You pipe down back there.
There's some people identifying with Marty's hacking woes.
Oh, people
Yeah.
getting hacked? Yeah.
Yeah. Someone was Annabelle was.
If you're watching on YouTube Live, come on, engage with us. Ask us some questions. Send us some comments.
Annabelle's Facebook got hacked.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
Someone sent a Hannah Montana picture.
Yeah, I don't care about
To
that.
her.
What kind of Hannah Montana picture?
Ben went to the taco stand today
Yeah.
instead of going to Subway.
Right.
And I was jealous. I should have made that move.
You could have done that.
I know. We saw Danny McBride there one time.
Mm-hmm.
You Danny McBride fan?
I am a huge McBride fan.
Yeah.
Eastbound and down.
Ben was too afraid to go ask him to be on the podcast.
Eastbound and down.
A real producing legend over
Not-
here.
Not how that happened.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ben.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah.
one more thing before we bring Ashley in.
Oh, God.
I watched Arrival again.
Best movie of the year.
The first time I saw it, I enjoyed it, but I was maybe have given it like a B+.
Because I hyped it up so much for you.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just was in like a weird headspace maybe, and so I was like, all right, B+, whatever. I didn't really. I paid attention, but I was just kind of like, it was like middle of the day. I went to the theater by myself. You know,
the best.
Yeah, no, it's great, but I was kind of like just sort of waltzing through it.
Yeah.
But I watched it again at home. God damn, that's a good movie.
So good.
Ah, it's really good.
The other day, so it's been raining really hard in LA, and it rained for like 30 hours on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out.
It was like a torrential downpour.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So I go to this theater in downtown Burbank.
Crazy.
And usually there's a F ton of people.
Mm-hmm.
The rain, like roaches, they all stayed indoors.
Yeah.
But I got to go see a movie by myself in the middle of the day. Nobody else was in the theater.
What'd you see?
Nobody was else even like in the lobby. It was like my personal day at the theater.
What'd you see?
John Wick 2.
Oh, how was it?
Is what you expect.
Yeah, my brother called me specifically to tell me to go see it.
It was the first 10 minutes is the raddest 10 minutes ever.
Ben is frantically trying to plug himself in a microphone, so I'm going to throw it to break before he gets it working.
We had a question.
Oh, what?
Sure. A Mr. Wissam Quiche
God.
asked, what blood type does Marty have?
What blood type do I have?
Yeah.
It's very specific, oddly specific.
In my body or the stuff I keep at home?
It doesn't specify. Let's go with both.
Be positive. Both.
That's also Marty's motto in life.
Uh-huh. When I'm committing all my murders, I say it.
That's enough about your murders. Anything else about John Wick before we go to break? Bring in Ashley.
Keanu Reeves is not a good actor.
We'll be right back with the lovely and talented Ashley Rickards, Jenna Hamilton herself, and also she has a really cool new role playing the Top on CW's The Flash.
Yep.
So we're going to get into all those things with her. And, like we said, a very special announcement about Awkward.
A big one.
When we come back, right after this.
Let it hang.
Let it. Are we off? Are we on break? Can they hear us?
This is playing.
Do you ever buy stuff on Amazon.com? Do you know someone who does? This is Brett Davern, host of this here Brett Davern Show, reminding you to visit BrettDavernShow.com before you do any of your shopping on Amazon. Just tap or click the Amazon banner on our site, which takes you directly to their site. Be sure to bookmark the new address in the Amazon window that pops up. Clicking through costs you nothing extra whatsoever. It's free to you. You'll notice nothing different about your shopping experience. They just give us a little kickback of the action. It's not much, which is why we need all of you out there to help us out. You can also show your support by spreading the word. Tell a friend about this new and exciting way to help your new favorite podcast. Once again, that website is BrettDavernShow.com. And remember, clicking through is the thing to do. I love you. Thank you. I was saying I love that jacket.
Oh.
Hey, Marty, we're recording.
Chloe also loves your hair.
Oh, thanks.
Ashley. I like the spikes.
Thanks.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It says I'm stylish, but watch out, I'll cut you. Is that what you're going for?
Sure. If you're coming at me and you're thinking I'm going to attack this person, I hope that what goes through your head is she looks like she's going to cut me.
Yeah.
So that you don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Every time I'm about to be attacked, I act like an insane person.
Interesting tactic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just start like barking like a dog and itching myself.
Just mooing in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just get into the
why
intersection.
not?
Okay. Backing away.
Yeah. I want the attacker to back away slowly.
Yeah, like
That's my goal.
I don't think I should mug that guy.
Thank you for being here, Ashley.
Thanks for having me.
Is it weird to see me as like a host of something?
No.
No?
No, because I saw you on Wheel of Pep and you hosted that beautifully.
Man, those were the days.
Wheel of Pep! Yeah. That's when I knew.
So, wow. Okay, there's so many stories. So, that's episode 1. That's the pilot. And I remember doing that at the table read. So, like, we hadn't shot anything yet. Everyone had just gotten cast. And
you full on did it. You just committed. Everyone was like,
we're just in a conference room at MTV. Everybody's sitting around a big table reading the script. And I'm like, wheel up. And it got a laugh.
Yeah, because,
and some awkward looks.
Yeah, because like when we were doing the table read for the part where like I fall in the bathtub, it was like Jenna shrieks, and I was like, ee.
Yeah.
Like that's how much effort I put into the table.
Normally,
that part I was like,
sometimes at table reads, people they take it down a few notches.
Yeah, it gets to a point where it's like comedic to be like so underplaying it because you know it's ridiculous to gather around this table and go full out. But no, we got a real thespian over
Not
here.
Not for this podcast.
Yeah, he can't even hold it in if he tried. It's just brimming.
Yeah.
With story and life and dimension.
I did it in the table read, and then we were there shooting on the day. So like, you know, a couple days later or whatever.
What a great day was that shooting.
It was pretty awesome.
Can we just remember that for
Came time for that part, and I just said, it's time for the Wheel of Pep. And then they were like, cut. Where's the wheel? The wheel. Oh, like, what do you... And I was like, I was just a joke. And they're like, no, buddy. And then
you're doing
from then on, that was...
monkey.
That was the Jakester from then on.
That was it.
Yeah. They're pulling the puppet strings. Yeah.
Not far from actual Brett.
What else are weird things about me that the fans should know that you've observed over the years? I make a lot of sound effects. Jillian always makes fun of me for that.
The sound effects.
Like when I'm telling a story, it's like, you know, things like that.
I don't know.
Things like that.
Wow, you're like Michael Winslow.
I don't know. I feel like I remember like little bits and pieces of people. Like, you know how, okay, so in my brain, it's like a GIF. When people call, I'll like have like a little like 2-second like movement of what they normally do, like what their most common little like mannerism is.
On your phone or in your head?
No, in my head.
Right.
I most likely won't recognize your number. So it doesn't actually come into play much.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, everyone has their own little like thing going on. And yours was always like you'd be like talking to Bo, and you and Bo would be in some like really cool conversation, and then we'd be like rolling, and I'd be like looking at you, you'd be like, oh yeah, sure. And it's just that was your face. It'd be and then you'd be like, hey, that's just like how I remember you on set. Or like with a coffee talking to Danny, like with the like head back laugh.
Oh,
that's what you would do too.
Oh, I love the head back laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna laugh, go for it.
Yeah.
I want to like hurt myself when I laugh.
Yeah.
That's how
you have to. You have to have a satisfying cramp.
Because his joyful moments are so few and far between.
They're just, somebody tells a funny joke, you gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh like there's no tomorrow.
Laugh like no one's listening.
There you go.
Okay, maybe that proved that whole point
Thespian.
Wrong. All right, let's move on to other things.
There is a circle on this pad.
Yeah, there might be some like Marty. The pads get switched around.
There's
so
a hairy man
if you
leg.
find like some weird,
great.
demonic type symbols, it's Marty's old pad. Ashley.
Yes.
Let's. I don't know. Where do you want to start? Let's talk about your story. When did you get out here to LA?
I came out when I was like 14. Or no, maybe a little younger for like the first trip, but
from
Florida. Yeah, but that's like anyway. I haven't been back in a while.
You guys are from like the same area, aren't you?
Yeah, very
you
close.
And Marty?
Yeah. Yep.
And just like Marty, you got the hell out of there.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I Googled how to get a record deal, came out to LA, found out that that's not the way to get a record deal, and that
Google was wrong?
Google was wrong!
Wow.
What?
But the good news is then I met my attorney, and then I met my agents, and then eventually, years later, I got awkward, and then I met you guys, and now I'm sitting here.
And it's been bliss ever
Just
since.
bliss.
Yep.
I think
Pure, unbridled joy.
if I think about it, let me think. When did we actually meet? Let's see.
We
For the
met
first
outside of 2600 Colorado Avenue right after our weird screen test.
That's right.
Where you were like, I think you were testing for Bo's role at the time.
That's right.
And we were walking out there and we're like, what was that? And I was like, I don't know. I'm wearing a periodic table of elements red shirt.
I remember
And
that.
nobody really knows what we're doing here. Did we all get it? Because we're the only ones here for each role.
That's right.
And then we were all still insecure because we're actors, even though we knew we were the only ones testing for our roles.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Who else was there? That it was you and me. Was Bo there? No, he wasn't there because I was still going for his part
Yeah.
at that point. So he wasn't there. It was maybe just me and you. Maybe like Nikki.
Yeah, it was me, you, Nikki. I know that Jillian was there.
Okay.
She was there. She was one of the last people to find out.
And
Yeah.
Greer.
Was Greer there?
I think Greer was there too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Those were the days.
Those were
That
the
was right around the
days.
time I
man.
decided to start dating Jillian.
Really?
Hmm?
She told me she booked a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to be my girlfriend?
It's funny. Oh man, feels like a lifetime ago though a little bit. I don't know. It's weird when I think back on Awkward. Sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday, and then other times it feels like it was a while ago, and I have to like think about it for a while before like memories start flooding back. Sort of. How do
Yeah.
you feel about it?
I feel like it was just yesterday. Like, for me, it was such a constant. Like, I was there,
I mean, you were there all day, every day.
and the whole show, I believe it ended up being, and I don't remember this exactly, so don't go all fact checking on me and feel like a awesome person when I'm wrong.
Don't worry about it.
But it was something like 7 days total,
Off.
7 or 8 days off out of the whole shoot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, so
I used to get to work, at like 3 in the afternoon, just shooting one scene that day, and I'd come walking on all chipper, and the crew would be just sort of like a little low energy, and I'd be like, "What's going on?" They're like, "We've just been shooting Jenna blogging all day, so and it'd
Yeah.
be just you alone in the bedroom for like, I mean,
there were some times
9
where,
hours.
Yeah, but it should never take that long on those scenes, and yet sometimes we would get really overzealous people coming in and trying to make Gone with the Wind over like an insert shot of my hands on the keyboard. Like, first off, anyone who knows me and has seen my hands, they know that, like, don't spend too much time on them because they're never painted. They usually have mascara underneath them, and I just don't care.
Right.
There you go.
So maybe I'll grow up one day and that'll change. But until then, like, it's just not. And we had like set up mini tracks tracking my hands, and it was just too much. And we spent like.
Should have called for a hand double.
It was insane this one day. I think I know exactly the day you're mentioning because it was ridiculous. I literally thought I was going to get into work and leave by 10 in the morning and
Yeah.
then cut to 8 at night.
Yeah. Those things
Still got to
take
get the hand
forever.
shot right.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to get the blogging down.
That was
But the blogging kind of went away at some point, right? Sort of. They went away from it a little bit, like season 4.
Yeah, because it was like halfway through season 4 where we were doing a rehearsal and I was like, yeah, I'll write that on my blog. Remember, I used to have one? Like, because we just stopped addressing it. But I think it was, like they had grown up and things were different and we had really like
Well,
more
speaking of
storylines.
stuff like that, like my favorite thing to do during table reads later on, speaking of table reads in season 4 and 5, would be when Jenna's character would be going over her past relationships but leave out Jake. And I'd be like in the table read, I'd be like, and me! And then they like wouldn't write it in. They'd be like, forget it. Man.
You guys were the original.
Well, then we did a callback to that though. In the last
Is that in there somewhere?
it was like Ghosts of Boyfriend's Past or something, that
Oh,
episode.
I'm
Where
finally
we're
in
like,
there.
remember where you're at my door? Oh yeah, you're chasing Gabby. And you're like, where's Gabby?
Oh,
and I'm
right.
like, hey, Jake, remember when we used to date? And you're like, oh my God, yeah, that was so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
I think I wanted to ad lib like, yeah, that was so long ago, and no one ever brings it up.
But the problem was is that you came in that door so out of breath that I
Yeah.
couldn't hold my face. I couldn't keep it together because you were like,
Listen.
where's Gabby? And I was
That
like,
doesn't sound like me at all. I have no idea what you're talking
and
about.
I'm like, Brett, are you okay? And you're like, it said he runs in.
Listen, I didn't get many scenes coming through the back door. All right? I had to take advantage
Well
of them when
done.
I could.
Puns on puns.
Market.
Way to go.
What? Oh, is that a creep factor tally?
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that. Okay.
Oh, you didn't?
All right.
I
No,
thought he did
didn't.
too.
See, the person you were speaking to thought
You really haven't watched the show because Backdoor was like our go-to joke.
Listen, that was,
It was
in
like
the
the
first
one.
scene of the pilot.
Yeah.
Backdoor.
Maddie cracked my hard candy shell and I was oozing with sticky sweet love. But who remembers,
Wow. I
Yeah.
don't remember any lines except for I emailed. It's the only one I remember.
I remember too many. And it
Wheel
gets
of
to be
Fat.
like a weird deja vu when someone will say something like remotely in semblance with like even like 5 words that I've said in sequence on that show.
Yeah.
And someone in real life will say them in no context
Right.
even near what I'm experiencing them as.
Yeah.
And I'll just all of a sudden feel like a side
Manchurian
braid
candidate.
and side bangs, and then like an ill-fitting triangle top, and like be watching my hands on a keyboard, and then
You've
I'm like,
been
oh my god, wait, no, I'm in
activated. You're just like,
traffic.
Yeah.
It is exactly. Just turn it on. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
Do you find sometimes people come up to you, like in life, like they'll recognize you or whatever, and they come up and they start saying something from the show that you've forgotten? Does that ever happen?
No.
No, you remember it all?
No, meaning they don't really reference things from the show.
They don't?
Yeah, no, they
Oh.
so most like with the blonde hair, people aren't like recognizing me anymore, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they don't really like say anything. I mean, somebody stopped me once and literally for 10 minutes and told me point by point everything they did not like about one of the seasons, and then told me to pass along the information because they felt like that would make a better next season. And I said,
No.
I said, well, I'll definitely pass it along, but it's not coming back. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But like,
It
who
broke
does
my
that?
heart when you said
In
that to
what
me.
world have we lost our common courtesy that you go up to somebody and say, the work that you put in for an entire year was unsatisfactory to me?
Yeah.
I'm qualified to tell you this for the first time I've ever met you, and I trust that what I'm saying is of value enough to you that you will now remember it and immediately tell it back to your superiors, and I'm positive it will have impacted you.
It is funny that
What
like
world do you live in, bro?
the arts in general, like even music, you know, acting, obviously, I feel like the arts in general is like the one. It is the one thing where like just people, like you're saying, like general public will come up to you and just be like, "Hey, I watched a show. Here's what sucks about it," and you're like,
But-
"What?" Or like
And not e-
albums,
and not
I'm
even by
sure,
calling
know.
you by your real name, calling you by your character name.
So I don't mind
Jenna,
that.
here's all this
Yeah.
stuff I want
I don't
you to
mind
do.
if people call me Jenna, if people call me Sam. I don't mind that. Like I've
Uh-huh.
accepted I have,
Oh man,
I have
I'm
different names.
Jake everywhere I go.
But like it's not even when people are like, I was so disappointed when like, oh, you didn't choose Jake or you went with that or blah blah blah. It's like I don't mind that stuff, but it's like this was like the first time that there was like a point by point. It was like network notes.
For the
We'll
record,
put it that way.
For the record, that is what I tell you every time I see you. I'm disappointed that you didn't pick Jake.
Yeah.
That is the
It's
first
true,
thing
it's
I
true,
say.
It's true.
We meet up for coffee, and I'm
It's
like,
true.
"Hey, Ash, disappointed you didn't pick Jake. All right, you want some cream in that?" Sorry, I'll stop bringing it up at some point. Yeah, I'm just not over it yet. I'm just not over it.
No.
No,
Helps him
whatever.
sleep at night.
Oh, it's so funny, and it's so funny too that like people think that we have like some sort of control over where it would go.
Well, listen,
or
like
where it
I
would've gone,
honestly,
you know?
I know that like the show's not coming back, but I think we've all talked about it.
Wait! Spoiler alert! That was supposed to be our big announcement.
Okay, but that's
Wait,
not a
hold on,
big announcement.
Wait. Let me ask you. Let me set it up. Let me be a real host.
Okay.
Ashley Rickards is here. Ashley, is Awkward coming back?
No.
Well, there you go.
But what I was gonna say is, like, I think every single person on that cast, including myself, definitely myself, would love to do an Awkward movie because
For
we
sure.
did leave it in a place that was a beautiful ending,
Mhm.
and Mike and Chris did an excellent job with that. I feel like I had a piece in that because when I first met with Mike and Chris, I gave them a little bit of an idea. They took like a bit of what I said and then made it into this beautiful thing, and we were all like, it was a gorgeous way to end the show, and it could definitely live there
Yeah.
for all awkward eternity. But
Yeah.
like, I think everyone would love to see us in a movie.
I
in
would.
the awkward movie, like maybe it's maybe it's a TV movie or whatever. But I would love to do it, and
Yeah.
I think everyone would. And
I'm in.
if y'all want to stop asking about season 6 and start asking about the awkward movie, then I can help you guys with that.
There you
I mean,
go.
I actually can't, but I can definitely retweet and like what you say.
Awkward in Hawaii.
And I was just gonna say that. Yes,
Awkward
please.
goes to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Well, you know, all the shows.
Plus ones for all the significant others.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
All the,
yeah. Yeah.
All the shows, though.
Well, no,
like,
no, it's 1 business class or 2 coach. Remember,
It's fine.
that's the policy.
He'll fly coach to Hawaii. We
fly.
flew coach to Tokyo, and we don't care.
I'll fly in
We'll
the luggage
coach.
department.
All the shows though, like there's a lot of shows that are coming back now on Netflix and stuff like that. You know, Gilmore Girls
Mm-hmm.
and like all this kind of stuff. So, you know, who knows? There's a chance someday.
Yeah, there
But
totally
whatever,
is.
we all kind of
Yeah.
want to explore other things and move on and stuff. And like you
I
said,
mean,
I think it ended in a
sure.
good spot.
I want to. I mean,
know?
yeah, I want to move on with my. Yeah, sure. I'm totally ready to move on.
Brett's doing this sick podcast now, so he's moved on.
Yeah, I've moved on to not getting paid every Sunday and sitting here and doing a podcast. Hey, Maddie, are there any questions coming through from the people watching YouTube live that we should ask?
There were
Couple you didn't write down?
no, there's one.
Oh,
For Ashley, Potatoes or sweet potatoes?
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, it depends because then we're getting into French fry territory, which is like my jam. And don't ask me to choose between truffle fries and sweet potato fries because that's a really, really difficult call. But I will say that sweet potatoes are just better because you can get them, you can make them junk food and you can make them healthy.
Okay.
Somebody on Twitter asked me, because I tweeted out for them to send me some questions. So somebody's asking, which was the best part of Awkward that you liked filming? Her name is Sophia. She lives in Italy.
The best part I liked
Is
filming.
there a scene that stands out as a lot of fun?
Yeah, there is. Let me think. Which one?
Drop my phone.
Super. I dropped those nuts
Geez,
earlier.
you know the Disney Ranch stuff was really cool when we were out there. That's where it was, right? At the last episode, the campfire.
Oh, there's like Malibu though. No, like Calamigos Ranch.
Oh no, Calamigos Ranch.
Yeah.
When did we do the Disney Ranch stuff? Oh no, that was the worst because that was super cold, and Jillian was an icicle.
Yeah.
She was in a skirt and heels,
Oh, yeah.
and that's when I thought that Jillian might actually be an alien, which explains why you like aliens so much.
That's right.
But she was out there in a skirt in her normal
Tamara
tea
getup.
outfit, and it was so cold that I was in like 2 dive coats and my gigantic full-length puffer jacket, shivering, and she's just like killing it.
Somebody else asked.
She was complaining though,
See,
probably.
at Shy Pops with a Z. You know I love reading the Twitter handles.
Is it
already.
Shy? The S? and Shy is a Z?
SHYPOPZ.
Oh, I was gonna say
Asks,
Shy.
do you write a blog much like your character Jenna?
I did write a blog for a while on my website, and it's been a minute since I've done that, but I go on tangents every so often on Instagram and Twitter. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's good stuff. Follow her.
At M Black EMBLACK 13 asks, what was some of your favorite moments from One Tree Hill? One Tree Phil hands in the house? Wow.
The Philharmonic.
One Tree Hill was a while ago for you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
How old were you when you were on that?
like
A zygote?
16, 17.
Wow. Was that one of your first gigs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, my favorite moment. So like this is a cool story. So like I'd done the audition.
We'll be the judge of that.
Okay, fine. Now I'm self-conscious.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my favorite like off-camera moment was when like we all just stopped what we were doing and went and watched former President Obama's.
No, he's always president. Always president.
The first
So
one?
sad. Inauguration.
The
yeah.
first inauguration, yeah.
And like that was a really magical moment. It felt like.
That's cool.
The other one, it was kind of cool because like my dad was in town after I did the audition for OTH, and it was in El Torito, and this dude comes up and he's like, "Hey, I saw your tape. You did really good. I'll see you in North Carolina."
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Don't know who that was." I think he heard me because he was sitting behind, and he's like, "Oh, I'm Mark Schwann," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Thanks.
Also, don't know. But later came to find out that like I'd gotten the role in El
Wow.
Torito,
That's
and
pretty cool.
if only I knew who people
El
were more
Torito.
often, that would probably really help me in life.
At,
would have been very helpful in that particular moment.
I always,
I'm like, okay.
I always think I wish I knew more important people's faces because I wonder how many like opportunities I've ruined for myself
Yeah,
by being
how
a
many
dick
people have
in
you
public.
flipped off
Yeah.
in traffic, and you've
Uh-huh.
been like, no, I hope karma
Yeah.
comes and gets you.
And then
You
it's-
cut me off.
It's Bruno Mars or something.
You cut off Bruno Mars in traffic?
He's little. I couldn't see him.
I'm just gonna let it hang. I'm letting it hang. At Tate Langdon asked, "What did you want most for your character on the show?" I think I don't know what show. I'm gonna assume she's meaning Awkward, but
Doritos.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's pretend she's asking about Jenna Hamilton. What did you want most for Jenna?
I think I wanted Jenna. I don't know. Jenna kind of. She was like a existence in and of herself. So like, it feels weird for me to say that I didn't get everything that I wanted out of her. Like, I feel like it was pretty solid. Like, people would ask me that in interviews all the time when we were still talking about like other seasons and stuff, and I'd say, I don't know, I'd want her to ride on a horse or whatever. But like, that's really, I was like really pulling. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like,
I want her to discover aliens.
like,
Yeah.
no, because there's like a certain, like, we play by the rules, and we have such interesting characters that you put them in a room together, and it's an interesting scene by itself.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's enough for me. I think she did a lot of stuff. Thank God she got out of the braid.
The side braid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
side braid.
The same person also asks, and I mean, there's only one answer for this question.
Okay.
Same person also asks, who did Ashley want Jenna to end up with? I mean, I'm just gonna sit back. There's only one answer for that.
Oh, I'm Team Maddie.
Oh God, I knew it.
No,
No,
I'm
I
kidding.
don't. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
I'm Team Maddie too, though.
No, she hates
secretly,
you
so-
both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant to say.
Team Colin. Team Colin all the way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this drawing?
Team Mike Viola. Oh, that I think is Donald Trump in front of a
He drew Donald Trump on there.
New York.
Yep.
Well, he was in front of the he was in front of the
Okay.
fascist
man,
flag, if that makes it any better.
Team
This-
Maddie. I think that
I think
Maddie,
antibacterial.
when I think about it, because that is the number one question that I always get asked too when you do like a Q&A or something, or Twitter question, whatever, is, oh, who should have Jenna have ended up with, blah, 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 blah. Maddie's the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just like first love.
Yeah,
And, you
course.
know, that's,
And he evolved so much over the
he
seasons
did.
as a
He,
character.
yeah, he went.
And I
all
mean,
over
so
the
did
map.
Jenna, but I mean, he went from being like, you know, just like kind of a D-bag, obviously,
Yeah.
in the beginning, to, you know, really,
Jenna, no one can know I like you.
I know.
Yeah,
You're the shit, J-Town.
yeah.
No one can know that I like you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Bose
remember-
said that
I
to
only,
me before.
I only remember that one because that was in the audition.
Call me J-Town too is weird.
That is weird.
Hmm.
Why do you call you J-Town?
I don't know. My middle
Hmm.
name.
Just little
Shannon.
pillow talk between you two. Mm.
He was hairy.
There's a lot of team
He is
Maddie in the
fuzzy.
chat room.
Fuzzy is
A lot
the
of
right
Team
word.
Maddie in the chat room.
Yeah.
When he said evolved, I was like from an ape because he's so hairy.
A lot of times when I meet people in life, they're like, "No, I'm totally Team Jake," and I'm like, "You're a liar." So go away. They just say that because it's me standing there.
Mm.
Whatever. Jake got his swerve on, man. He was with everybody.
He really was.
Yeah. Dude, he did.
He went ham.
Dude, I learned what that meant
In
on the
terms
last
of series
episode.
regulars, Jake got
I think
Jake got it all.
He hooked up with more people than anyone
More
else.
series regulars than anyone else. So Jake was
Yeah.
the secret playboy.
Yeah, I mean, Maddie had a lot of hookups. I mean, we'll never know what happened to that blonde girl that he left in mid-makeout. I think it was after the wedding when Jake and Jenna broke up. Maddie comes to Jenna's house, but he leaves that beautiful blonde girl laying on the bed, and we never saw her again. Whatever
Nobody ever
happened to her?
did.
But there were like a couple.
Yeah, that's true.
Which one?
I don't remember. Somebody will tell
Was
me.
this was not when we were on the golf course?
She was played by the lovely Laura Samuels, but I don't remember the character name. Do you remember Laura?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know the scene you're talking about. I'm thinking more about when
There
you were the
plenty of Maddie
manager.
girls that never came back.
at
Oh,
the-
that's late.
That's later. We're talking way earlier.
Oh, I'm talking like season 2, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
What else?
Sweet.
Is there anything else we can talk about from that silly show? No, we're good. Let's move on to something else.
Talk about some Flash.
Yeah.
I want to hear about Flash.
I know.
from Comic book guys.
I want to talk about Flash too. Yeah. I'm just my brain's getting stuck. Hold on, I'm just thinking about how to do this here.
We're live, Brett.
I know we're live. I'll move on. Let's talk about the Flash.
Yeah. So I play the top, and she is.
I'm not comic book guy at all,
Uh-uh.
so you're gonna have to explain this more than just saying I play the top.
Okay, yeah.
Because
She.
I don't know what that is.
Do you
So-
spin really fast?
Yeah, it's spin really fast and induces vertigo.
Mhm.
So I can induce vertigo on other superheroes.
Oh.
So that's a really unique thing because when you got like super fast people coming at you, you're like, boom,
I
and then
get
they're
it.
like,
Vertigo.
oh my goodness,
right.
I
A
can't do
top.
anything. Ah!
I get it.
And she's
Some
also
method
like a
acting.
little unhinged, which is super fun.
Yeah.
to play
Right.
and also not feel like I need to rest fully the night before because my exhaustion plays very well into that character.
So you were
It just gets a
typecast,
little
is what you're
bit
saying.
odd.
Okay.
And it works.
Good.
That's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much can you tell us about like her storyline and where it's going or whatever? Nothing.
So
probably, right?
we were texting earlier because I was explaining like I am terrified of NDAs. I think I am the only one in this. I don't know. Like I feel like when I sign one for like a project or like, an audition or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, I'm an established actor. It's a meeting. When I sign them for meetings. When I
I
sign
always
them
just
for
say
meetings.
have an appointment.
Yeah.
Have an appointment.
No, because then appointments you could be going to the doctor. It's a meeting.
No, that's true.
It's a meeting.
That's
You're
true.
discussing yourself and your
A
take on.
meeting.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So
I'm
when
going
I
to a meeting.
when I went to a meeting and saw all the other people having meetings as well in the room, what was I talking about? I just went. I had like a really that hurt
What were
my
we
NDAs.
talking
stomach.
about? Oh, NDAs.
Yeah, so I don't know, and I was like, I don't know what I could talk about with it, and I was planning to have known more than I do right now, but I know absolutely nothing other than what you guys have seen because I have not gotten the script yet.
Yeah. So
And
they play it pretty close to the vest over there.
yeah, and I may or may not be returning, and I may or may not be returning to Vancouver to may or may not work on the Flash, may or may not. Maybe on the 22nd or 23rd, may or may not.
Whoa.
May or may not.
Lawsuit's coming.
It's
No.
oh God,
No, I
there's
think you're
nothing
fine.
there.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
There's
How
no
is
there
it-
there.
How is it working on the show? How's the crew? How's the
Oh,
other
it's
actors?
great.
How's
No,
everybody?
Gray Damon, who plays Mirror Master, is awesome,
Mhm.
and we got along so well that it was to the point where I was actually like, we decided to write a novel based on his farts, and I would be the describer of said farts, and I would do it very whimsically, you know, like the sweet release of a flute on a summer day. It bounces off of the walls as I look out into the paned glass window. Drops of rain sprinkle.
And these
and
are
I
the
hear
things.
another.
These are the things that actors talk about between action and cut.
Yeah, this is what you do, and then
Yeah.
So
And shoots in Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah.
You love Vancouver?
I do. I
I
like
love-
Vancouver. It's gonna be really cold. I checked the weather though. It's gonna be snowing, and I don't understand snow.
If you may or may not
I don't get
go
it.
back. You may or may not have checked
Which
the weather.
If
I
you
may or may not have.
If you may or
Yeah.
may not.
It may or may not be snowing.
May or may not.
It actually may or may not be snowing.
Correct.
What's it like? Though, what's it like though with all the like effects and stuff? Because I mean that's got to
Oh
be
my gosh,
quite
it's
different.
so fun. So
experience for you.
so this was the second like action thing I'd done since Awkward.
Mhm.
And I started like working on unboxing and I had a lot of fun doing an action movie prior.
Which
and,
one was that?
Well, it was called Antisocial.app. I'm not sure what it's called right now.
I think I read that script.
Yeah.
Is it like an internet based thing?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
tech.
yeah.
Right. But
Yes.
but yeah, so that was like
We'll talk
super
about it
fun to
later.
like
Red
kick
team.
ass and stuff. And then on The Flash, I got to do like a really intense fight scene. I got it all in the first take.
Wow.
And
Really?
yeah, first take, one take, that's it. We were done. It felt so great.
Has
and
that aired yet?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it.
And
Just
then
watching your back.
and then we did the wire work, which was super fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't get nauseous, so I was just like, we were doing like fun ones, I would call them. I was like, can we just do one for funsies? Where they would spin me way too fast, which kind of, you have to like gauge your speed, and it would have been like super cool if I was wearing like pants, because with the skirt, the problem was it was all like, woo! And so I couldn't actually do as much of the spinning that felt justified as the character. Instead, it's like kind of a slow spin, and so I had to like imagine that the control came from like she's so controlled in her spin that it can be slow. Like I was like, this feels anticlimactic.
Right.
But then I was like, no, it's powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that it's really fun.
Is there a lot of green screen work?
That whole part's on green screen. It's funny they bring in like all the superheroes on like around the same day, and they just do different parts of the stuff that is, the wire work and the craziness because we were on top of an actual building. We're not going to actually be doing somersaults around the actual top of a building with actual actors.
No?
At night. No. That seems like a bad idea.
What?
Yeah, crazy, right?
I thought when I saw these movies that you guys are, come on.
I know,
what
but
are we
like,
so afraid of?
I thought you lived in a TV box
Yeah.
until I saw you today.
You know what the funniest part is though? Is that when I was first starting out, I did a pilot that didn't get picked up. Thank goodness. It was not. It was cute. It was what it was. But just trying to dig myself out of that one.
That's some real actor speak right there.
Yeah. It was what it was.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Friends of ours in Florida who are friends with my parents asked if the TV family I was with were all related in real life.
Are these special people?
It is Florida.
So then, yes.
But it's one of those things where you're like,
Did they ask you from their
no.
airboat?
What?
Did they ask you from the airboat that they were riding around on, or
No, so I
fan boat.
did live next to like a state park, like Mayaca Valley.
I lived
yeah.
in Mayaca.
Yeah. What? What
Off the
neighborhood?
end of Fruitville, Verna, off Verna.
Oh, I was on the other side. I was like near Newgate.
Okay.
Yeah, the hippie school.
Hmm.
Ah, the hippie school.
Heck
Mm,
yeah.
hey. Oh, we were talking about Arrival earlier. You're super into that movie, right?
Yeah, I loved
Oh,
it.
God, it's so good.
Very.
The
I just
very
wanted to
into
bring it up
aliens.
again because it's so good.
The language is the gift.
Language is the gift.
How
It is.
amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're into aliens and all that stuff, right?
Very much
Carl
so.
Sagan.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, me too.
Carl
I love
Sagan.
all that stuff.
Yep. Ancient aliens,
Right?
all of it.
Just a
Ancient
mote of
aliens.
dust.
I
Ancient
love
aliens.
ancient aliens.
I was watching it yesterday though, and it was just like it's great because like you watch like the first half hour of the show and you're like, I can see some valid points here. And then you get to the part where they're like, and then if you put all 9 supposed crystal skulls in order, then they might create a vortex, and this vortex might send a message to Venus. And you're like, dude, that sounds kind of like Indiana Jones.
I was just gonna say.
Like, I think you're confusing a couple things here, sir.
And then when our powers combine, Captain Planet.
Yeah, and you're like, and
That's Captain
when do we
Planet.
put all our rings together?
Yeah.
Power Rangers,
I
like,
just love that. I just
come on,
love
guys.
that the kooky guy on there with the crazy.
The
Oh, the
hair.
hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Aliens.
his name?
I don't know. I
I
can't.
tweeted him once. He did not find my joke funny.
He didn't like
It's
it.
like Greek
no.
Targaryen or something.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure that's not his name.
I think it is. I think it's
Something
his name.
like that. No, it is something crazy.
It's a G name.
Yeah. I don't know. I love all that stuff.
Targaryen with
Oh,
a G.
man. Good stuff. What else is going on? What's coming up next for you? You got the Flash going on. Oh, the Hulu show.
Yeah,
Should we talk
Dimension.
about that?
Yeah, Dimension 404. That'll be coming out. Don't know when the release date is on that specifically, but I do know that it could be my birthday. It could be before then.
May or may not be.
It will be on the 4th of 1 month, and
Right.
I will hopefully be able to say more about that
There
then.
you go.
But that was also really, really fun. Also, without giving too much away on that, when you decide to become an actor in life, you're like, you have these just awesome ideas, and you're like, oh my God, it's gonna be so glamorous. Like, I'm gonna go everywhere in a limo. I'm gonna
Sure.
know Steven Spielberg next week.
That's
Yeah.
been my life personally. since
Yeah,
I moved
right.
here.
And you're like, I'm gonna have an entourage every day,
I'm never gonna have to audition again.
ever.
I'm just gonna go to meetings.
Offers.
Yeah, and
Appointments.
and on this show, I had one of the, and every so often you get those moments where you're like, this is actually a little bit of what I thought it would feel like.
Oh yeah.
And we're on the Universal backlot,
Oh.
and we can see you. I think it was the house where Steven Spielberg actually has a house on the lot.
Oh, okay.
I think that's where my eye line was anyway, looking. It's at night. We're near the Jaws ride. By the way, I was having a lot of fun because the studio tours were going by, and I'd be like, I'm Jennifer Lawrence. And they would just be like, ah! And then I'd run away. It was so fun. I do it every time.
I do it in traffic.
So great. I did an Emma Stone, too.
Oh.
It was just fun.
I do Brad Pitt
And then I
in
tried
traffic.
myself, and it was not the same reaction. It was like, I'm Master of Cards. And they were like,
Good. That's
She's
funny.
really doing it. She's doing it.
yeah.
It's pretty funny.
But no, we had the rain sheets coming down. We huge industrial fan.
Mhm.
I was in a raincoat. I was on a bike, and I had urgency. I had places to go.
It's like me coming through the back door.
Yeah, it was like, but
Breathing hard, sweaty.
yeah, but it was like that was like there's just everything felt like what I thought it would be in that moment, and I don't think I'll forget that. It was just a very cool
That's
moment.
cool.
So I'm
I
excited.
love those Hollywood moments.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
everyone was so great on that show. There's the ending shot. I felt like such an unprofessional because I couldn't, and there was nothing in particularly like tear, cry, laugh about it, but I could not hold it together.
Awesome.
On the last shot, I was just like losing my mind laughing just because I just. I had to look at Utkarsh and I had to my co-star, and all we had to do was like look at a piece of paper and then look at each other, and I had about maybe 1.5 seconds of paper, look to him, 1, 2, and I've lost it. Like something about that, I don't know why I felt, and so sure enough, when we did do reshoots, we had to fix that part because it was a disaster, and I couldn't, and I felt so bad. I felt really bad.
Those are some of the moments I remember from Awkward too. It's just like when you get the laughs, when you get the giggles.
And it's okay for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
It's okay to blow the one take, but when you start blowing 3 and 4, and everyone starts getting mad, but then their anger is making you laugh more, because it's like, when there's a joke, like if you're sitting in church or something, and you're supposed to be quiet, then you start laughing more because you're supposed to be quiet, and then they're getting madder and madder, but you're like, no, stop getting madder,
and
because
then you
that's
realize
making me laugh harder.
And then you realize like we're all sitting here taking professional dress up very, very, very seriously.
Professional dress up. That's
like
right.
this is come on. Like we're literally ahead today. Lunch, we're taking lunch early.
You
and
remember
stop.
my favorite thing to say on set of Awkward was, we're shooting a comedy. Remember? Because like they'd get very serious
I don't remember you saying
sometimes.
that.
Oh, I used to say that all the time because the crew would get very like, they're all about schedule and let's stay on it, which I understand. I get it, budget and all
That's
those
good.
things. But it's like, like you can't be so serious, especially because it's a comedy. It's a comedy. Let's
Yeah, I
keep it
mean,
light a little bit.
I think you can feel the energy.
Ooh, wait, I know. I want to ask you
Yeah.
about one last thing. Directing.
Yes.
Because you directed some episodes of Awkward, and they were awesome episodes. They came out great. You did a great job. And I mean, what was that like? Because we had already been doing the show for, I think, like 3 seasons at least. When did you start directing? Season 4?
So I was supposed to direct season 3, but something happened.
So
and
you
then
started in season 4.
Season 4.
So what was it like? I mean, to go from, because was that your first directing
Yeah, it was
gig?
my first directing gig.
What was that like?
It was great. I mean, I definitely like had some great people around me and knew the great news is I'm really good at lists and planning to like an obsessive level. Which I'm working on.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit more spontaneous, guys. It's
That's
very
good.
exciting.
That's good.
Sometimes I go to the grocery store without a list. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I always
Whoa.
forget something, so it kind of sucks.
Dancing on the lip of the volcano.
I know,
Actually.
crazy. But yeah, it was fun and learned a lot.
Is this something
it
you
was
want
in-
to do more of?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's not the last time at all.
Right.
But yeah, it was a blast, and I think it was funny because on the second episode I did, my character had one of the longest spoken chunks of dialogue in the history of the show, and I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm directing, and let's just memorize this monologue as well.
How do you do that? How do you direct yourself like that?
I know what I want, and I trust Mike and Chris, who are usually there, and
Producers.
yeah, who would be like, that was awful, or that was good, and I would be like, okay.
It was good to have someone with a good eye watching your
Yeah,
back.
it's somebody that you trust. Like, I definitely feel like that is a must if you're self-directing. But also, we would watch playback too. If I wasn't sure and there was something specific I wanted out of that shot that wasn't actor related, and just having that sort of banter and dialogue and prior relationship with the people that you're working with makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool. I think we covered it all, Marty. What do you think? Anything else?
When you're directing, is it kind of I mean, was that the first time you directed on Awkward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a sense of like this is all up to me now? Like you sort of because you're part of a
There was
cast
until I
and a
got the
crew.
network cut of my episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was all up to me, and then I saw what the network felt like they needed, and I was
Good
like,
answer.
this looks different.
I always have to remind myself that my goal inevitably in life is to be the guy that like the room looks to like do the thing that they want. Like the first songwriting session I had to go to where I was the songwriter, I walked in and I'm like looking for people to start, but they're waiting for me to start.
Right.
So it's just like it was a weird moment that I sort of
Yeah.
had to
I am
kind of
the
crash
captain
through.
now.
Yeah.
It's a weird thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird place to be in. Ashley, one last thing to do with you here then.
Mhm.
Any one last question from the people?
No, not particularly. There's people.
Fine. Screw them. Here, one last thing to do, Ashley.
Yeah.
I have 2 note cards, one in each
Okay.
hand. They each contain a different line of questioning. We do this with all of our guests. I'm going to hold these note cards behind my back. You're going to determine which line of questioning I ask you by telling me right or left.
Oh, yeah. Left.
10 questions. It usually turns out to be more like 20. I just made this note card last night. Isn't it
It's
pretty?
really nice.
So these are 10 questions carefully cultivated by myself. Question number 1. Now these start off easy and then they get kind of hard.
Okay. Let's go, Charlie Rose.
What's your favorite emoji?
My favorite emoji would have to be the wink face.
She's giving us sound bites.
It's ambiguous and sultry.
Is that your most used emoji?
It is.
Ooh.
Question number 2. Who is your celebrity crush? Besides Wee Sam Quiche.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. Yeah, I don't even want to. So as of last night, I had one, and then I read something this morning, and now I do not.
Oh.
So I'm going through a imaginary breakup
Who are you,
with an
who is it
imaginary
with?
relationship.
You want to tell us who it's with?
No,
No?
because I don't want to be trolled
Because then she wants to. Because then she'd have to tell us what this person did.
and
yeah.
whatever, and I
Yeah.
know it's still fresh. It still hurts.
Was it
All
Jared
right.
Fogle from Subway?
No.
Oh.
Oh, God, no.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
You want to move on?
Yeah, I don't know
All
if
right,
I like
take
have
a
a celebrity
pass.
crush because, like I said, like I don't know who these people
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
necessarily.
right.
So I'd
Yeah,
be like,
that's
that's a really
true.
attractive guy, and they'd be like, oh hey, well I would know like
Murderer.
Colton Haynes. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's Colton Haynes, but like
right.
you know,
Yeah.
I would be the type of person to be like, that's a good looking guy, and be like, yeah, he's won like 4 Oscars, but no big deal.
All right.
That would happen to me.
Number 3. What is the first thing you do when you wake up and after you wake up in the morning?
Meditate.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah?
30
How-
minutes in the morning,
30
30 minutes in the
minutes?
evening.
Really?
Mhm.
How does one go about this? You sit crisscross applesauce
You
on
sit
the
and
floor.
you go
do
inward.
Do you do chanting?
You can do chanting. You can do all sorts of things.
No, do you do chanting?
It depends on what I
Really?
need that day. Yeah. Sometimes I'll have sometimes it won't be a full 30 minutes because I won't have needed to. I'll feel like I have gone where I needed to go and gotten what I needed to get.
It just helps you focus?
Well, it's a huge stress reliever, but
Mhm.
for me it's really I'm a very spiritual person.
Yeah.
Not religious, spiritual. And so, that's just
That's cool.
my time.
Nice. I like that. You meditate?
No.
I meditate in the
I
shower.
want to though. I was gonna say
I
I
meditate in
should
the shower
start.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's actually really calming because the water is a very cleansing thing.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, in an obvious way, I understand. It's
Market.
literally a shower that's cleansing you, but
Maddie's
in like an
giving me
elemental
Metaphorically.
way.
Maddie's
Yeah.
giving me a tally on the creep
It's
meter.
a philosophical cleanser. not what Brett does in there though.
I meditate in the shower.
We do have a question related to meditation. There's Lauren Lover 81 is asking, do you still do Bikram yoga?
Bikram.
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 I went once and was not. I went once not exactly knowing the history of what that bro is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Crazy
He
stuff.
decided
is
that-
a rapist, everybody.
yeah, and decided
is.
that I can just
Watch
turn my
the Real
shower
Sports
on, shut the
story.
door, and turn my bathwater on.
Yeah.
And my bathroom is gonna get really hot really quick.
Right.
Yeah, and you don't have to
And
like
I'm
say that
alone.
guy's name because he's a crazy person.
Yeah. So
And he's
I didn't know any. I
he's
didn't know
been
any of that.
sued
Yes.
every day of his life.
He's-
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. Watch the HBO Real
But hey,
Sports story
it's
on
good
that
to say
guy.
that that's bad.
Oh,
Some
boy.
people like
Old
say
Johnny
Yeah.
Bickram.
Oh boy. Number 5. Did you ever have an AIM or any of the early instant messengers? And if so, what was your screen name?
Oh, I did. I don't remember my screen name now.
Aw.
She still uses it. She can't give it out.
Okay.
She's still aiming people.
Number 6, we get to skip for you
Okay.
because the question is, because I was on a show called Awkward, every interview and show I would ever do, they'd say, "What's the most awkward moment of your
No,
life?"
let's do it because it's been a
No.
while since I've been asked that
Don't
question.
you dare answer that question because you were in the cast. You don't have to.
Okay. Fine.
Wait, do you really want to?
Why don't you do this one and skip
Can I
the
think
underpants
of like
one?
the most recent awkward thing, post awkward, the most awkward post awkward?
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Most
right,
awkward,
fine.
post
Most awkward, post awkward.
Um,
Just so you're aware, though, I was going to let you skip it. But go ahead.
I mean, this one has happened before, but when I'm on my morning walk,
Mm-hmm.
I am not photographical. Photographic, photogenic, however
Right.
you want to say
Yes.
it. My words also don't work in the morning.
Okay.
That's right.
Nothing is
Mhm.
on.
I always
It's
have the
just
best words.
me, my snow boots. I know I
Best
wear snow
words.
boots in LA. Don't
It's
ask.
fine. Not
Um,
judging.
and
No judgment.
and somebody stopped me because we were looking at the birds, and I was like asking her a question. I was like, "Oh, what bird is that?" Because I am that type of person who will stop you on the walk and ask you about your dog. I'm sorry,
You said though these were birds.
but no. But so then this person, we started talking about the dog. Then we were looking at the birds.
Right.
And she's like, no offense, but you kind of look like that girl from Awkward. And I'm like, dude, that's not good.
No offense.
Yeah, because so no offense, I don't look like the person with
That-
makeup on TV.
Yeah. That was
Compared
me.
to the person who woke up and has not brushed their teeth right now, is no offense. That this person looks better than that is. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I've never gotten that. It was nice to meet you. Because at that point, like, I've come out of it before and been like, oh yeah, no, that's who I am, like
Yeah.
blah blah. But that
No
one, I'm
offe-
like, I just don't even want to go there.
I've
'cause
noticed that
we're just-
people.
no.
This is another one of my observations. Like I've noticed, like people, they add all these weird. I don't know what they're called.
Sequiturs,
Like
yeah.
things to the beginning of sentences. It's like
Prefaces.
like this. I hear people all the time. Like guys will start sentences like this. They're like, hey, just 1 second. Can I talk to you real fast? Before and you're like,
You're like,
just
you
say,
already
can I
are.
talk to you? You know what I mean? Or like, no offense, but da 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 da. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like the word literally. People just add it to everything.
I hope
even
you
though
don't
they
mind. No offense. You mind if I talk to you?
Right.
But you're a garbage person.
That's what they say
Use
to me
your
all the time.
words. Use your
You know,
words.
Ashley, maybe you should stop talking to crazy bird people at 6 in the morning and
Hey.
just stop getting.
It was
That's a good-
5:30 in the morning.
That's a good pro tip.
Excuse me, what kind of bird is that? No offense, but you look like the lady from the TV box. And then she slithered back behind her tree trunk.
You look
No.
like the lady from the TV box.
Yeah.
That's great. Number 7 is an actor studio ripoff question.
Okay.
So James Lipton, he's got a lawsuit pending. I've been served with papers.
Yeah.
He's really upset, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway.
Worry about your iced tea, James.
I don't care.
Are you seriously?
I'm gonna keep doing this question until that old shows up at this studio and tells me to stop doing it.
Have you really been
No.
No.
It's
Okay.
a bit, Ashley. It's a bit. Play along with the bit.
I do
Yes,
not. I
and.
do not want to get sued. Okay.
No, I'm being sued.
Man.
You're fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat up that old. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, James. What's your favorite curse word? You got to go to?
Let me think.
Is it the one that the crazy bird lady yells at you? in the park?
Fuckerniddles.
What's one?
Fuckerniddles.
What does that mean?
Is that you?
I don't know.
Is that a,
I've made it up, but it's got a swear word in
No.
it,
Does
and
it
then
have-
I just like the other
It's
word.
now the title of this YouTube video.
Fuckerniddles.
does it have practical application?
It does whenever something bad happens and
Can
you
you
can't
use
think
it
of
in
a
a
solid
sentence?
word. Fuckerniddles. Like you stub your toe. Fuckerniddles. Like
Yeah.
it's great.
Okay.
It could be what the crazy bird lady is muttering.
Yeah. Maybe Ashley's the crazy bird lady.
Maybe.
Maybe it's one and the same.
Squawk!
Number 8. Number 8 is a question that's usually asked of male guests, which is, do they prefer boxers or briefs? But because you're a female, I have to change the question, and it goes a little something like this: granny panties, boy shorts, commando, or other.
Oh, what sits between me and my Calvins is none of your business.
Yeah.
There you go.
How
Without
about that?
looking, do you know what color you're wearing today?
Black.
Number 9.
None of our business.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever received? Hold for the plane.
Does it have to be? Okay, yeah, I'll use that.
Did you hear that?
Thank God.
No, I was just thinking. So we used to shoot awkward. While you're thinking, I'll tell a story. We
Yeah.
used to shoot awkward over close to the Van Nuys Airport, and like we'd be outside at the school. The school is very close to the Van Nuys Airport, and so there's planes taking off all the time. And because of the sound, they'd make you hold for the plane. So you'd be sitting there like doing a scene, like Jenna, you should dump Maddie and go out with me, and they'd be like, hold for the plane. And you'd be like, me. And then you
It
have to
was super
continue.
awkward.
It's always hold for the plane. Anyway, there was a plane flying overhead. All right. Back to you. Advice.
To be honest, I feel like for a while I wasn't getting the greatest advice
Mm-hmm.
in general.
Mhm.
So some of my favorite things I've like read or maybe not have been said to me personally, but like I mean, I liked what Lady Gaga said, like, be you, fearlessly you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as with, like, when other people make you angry, holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick.
Mm.
So that one always resonates with me because I will go on a whole monologue and then realize that I now need to put on a moisture face mask because I'm going to have like frown lines. And this person has no idea that I was that mad and never will, and it doesn't affect them. And it only hurt me, and now I have to put a face mask on.
That's good.
And these are the crazy things that happen to me day in and day out. It's just
5:30
insane.
a.m.
Besides the bird lady in the park, do you have mentors?
Do I have mentors? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I I like Alan Watts. I like. Are we talking like personal mentors or
No, I
like
don't
role
know.
models?
Like Deepak?
Yeah, well, Deepak Chopra.
For
Yeah,
sure.
he's in my book. I got to interview him. He was.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so he's fantastic.
He's one of the
And,
coolest.
yeah, and I did learn a lot. I would say in terms of like a mentor that I would be like, if he told me to do something, 100% would do it. Trust it. But then there's some other people where I'm like, you are my mentor in some ways. In others, not so much. But yeah, I don't know. No, I do have some mentors. But
Do you have any Mentos?
I don't know. I don't really think of them as mentors. I just like, because when I start thinking of them as mentors, I'm going to get nervous that they're too busy for me and never call them to ask questions that they want me to ask.
All right.
So I have to tell myself that they're all like, we're all friends.
No, fair enough.
Even though I might be the only one under that impression.
I think so. I think maybe.
Question number 10. Question number 10 is the most important question of all.
Okay.
I ask people this in life, and I also ask every guest on the show because it's a very simple question. Probably a simple answer, but your answer cuts right to the core. Lets me know exactly who you are. Question number 10. Ashley Rickards, the top on CW's The Flash. Jenna Hamilton on Awkward, and
Sue Hirsch
that's what I was going to say.
on
On
4.
for Hulu. What is your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit. You know what? I'm trying to think like all purpose. I don't want to be annoying and be like star fruit. Because that's not really anyone's favorite fruit. It's like just not that. Is it someone's, has someone said star fruit before? Favorite fruit. Gosh, this is a hard question for me because I really like fruit.
Cuts straight to the core.
I don't know.
No pun intended.
I would say bananas because of how versatile they are for smoothies and juices. And there was a really funny sketch on Portlandia about them. And you should check it out if you haven't seen it.
That's a wrap, everybody. On
Don't-
another
you have such a dirty
edition
mind, Marty. I
of the
swear to
Brett
God.
Davern
I
Show.
can see it in your face.
Thank
Awful.
you out there for listening. Thank you for subscribing for free on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, or on YouTube.
And follow me.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
Remember, this show is free. It always is. All we ask from you are a few things. Recommend this show, this podcast, to a friend of yours or two friends.
Or an enemy.
I always say that.
You do?
Also, if you could please rate and review our little show, we would really appreciate it. Or go to BrettDavernshow.com where there's all kinds of fun stuff behind the scenes. Lovely guests. There's also links to all kinds of stuff. You can sign up to receive a free gift in the mail or to be a caller on the show. This podcast can also be followed on all the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook. Same handle for all those at Brett Davern Show. Today's guest, Ashley Rickards,
Yes.
one of my dear friends,
Remember,
can be found.
use your voice. Politics. That's all I'll say. Use your voice, get a sign, get creative.
They can find you on Twitter at
Ashley Rickards, Twitter, and Ashley
Instagram.
Rickards, Power B
yeah.
on Instagram.
What about Snapchat? You do that?
I'm not on Snapchat yet.
I do Snapchat. I send nudes. We'll get into Maddie's marking it down.
Snoods.
There goes another tally mark. Ashley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And you can find The Flash on the CW airing. What nights is that on? Oh, screw it.
Well, I don't even
People
know.
have
We
DVRs
haven't
now
even shot
anyway.
the next one yet. So
People have
we
shit-
may or
may
may
or may
not have even
It's
shot the next
on a
one
lot.
yet.
You can find it on Netflix,
They'll
Hulu, lots of
find
other
it.
Yeah.
There you go. You can find, I think the entire series of Awkward is on Hulu.
Yep.
Or online
It's
somewhere.
also on most people's on demand
Yep.
section.
On demand. The Hulu show's coming up soon.
Yep.
One Tree Hill, I think, is on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, it's the
yeah.
internet. You can find it, guys.
You
That's the
can
bottom
find
line.
it.
Just watch her.
Yeah.
Google.
Through
Check out
legal
everything
means,
she's
though.
doing.
5:30 in the morning in the bird park.
Say sayonara, producer Ben.
Sayonara, producer Ben.
Ben Collinsworth is on Twitter at TheBigBen76, and my buddy, co-host Marty Shannon. His latest album is called 2600. You can find it at BrettDavernshow.com. It's also streaming on Spotify, and the lovely Mr. Shannon has this for all of us.
Extinction is the rule. Survival is the exception. Carl Sagan.
Marty Shannon is on Twitter at Marty_Shannon. As for me, I'm Brett on Twitter and Instagram at BDAV, BDAVV. Reminding all of you out there to be kind and take care of each other. That was our show. Good night. What she said. Great.
Shit.
Good stuff. Oh, it's always fun. Oh, I should have said